Good morning, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. It has been a while. It's been a long while. Well, I'll get into a bit more details about that in due course, but before I go any further, I just want to show something off, I suppose. Let's go into mods, and what we have here is the Steele Productions Engine Pack. Because it's coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Somebody play some drums or a fanfare or something. Okay, what we have here is a very early pre-production version. So I've imported the Steele Productions Engine Pack into Workshop, or the Steam Workshop. I got to do quite a bit of work behind the scenes to get some things working. But I'm looking to have one mod between both ATS and ETS2. So there's a bit of an investment up front because I got to basically add all the missing bits from each game into the mod so that they both work. But going forward, it's going to make my life a lot easier, especially if we have a truck available in both games, like the Mac R. So let's go ahead and actually fire up the game. And I believe I do have a Mac R, and so yeah, I've not tested this. This is going to be a live test, and of course, you never do live tests or work with children and animals. Yeah, you probably never do this thing for live, but let's give it a go, because what's the worst that happens? Well, there's a lot worse that could happen, but feeling optimistic. Right, I guess I left myself in a Scania. But I do believe I have a Mac R in here. I do. There we go. Where on earth is that? I can't even begin to pronounce that, but let's see if we have some engines available for it. Or if the game just crashes, which would be very embarrassing if that were the case. But engine! Oh, ho, 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 look at that! Oh, you beauty. Looks like we've got all of the engines from ATS available in ETS2. Right, well, I'm going to go ahead and choose an engine, so I'll pause the recording, and I'll be back. And welcome back. You know, it's kind of bizarre to be driving a conventional truck in Europe. I spent a lot of time driving cab-overs in America, and of course now I'm in Europe, I'm driving a conventional. Well, I'm going to go ahead and see if we can configure that engine intake. I don't particularly like the little schnorkel thing going on there. Now, don't get me wrong. I like me boats, sure, but I don't need that to have a schnorkel head. I don't know that I can. Oh, well, I guess I can. We can do the painted style. I think I want it to be a little low. Nah, that'll do. That works for me. Right, and yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, so another 200 euros. Thank you so much. So engine-wise today, let's jump back in here. I don't know if this is going to work. It should, but I went with the Detroit Diesel Series 60. Okay, that kind of sounds like it's a... Hey, alright. So, oh, a few things have changed. My little onboard computer thing has changed a little bit. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's see, does that... Oh, it does. Yep, it reflects everything here. That's good. Oh yeah, it's all... That's right. So I tweaked some of the units. I've got miles showing, and I think miles an hour, miles per gallon. But I think my fuel capacity is showing in litres. Well, living in the UK for most of my life, that was completely normal. Except our gallons in the UK are bigger than American gallons. So the next time a Texan tells you that everything is bigger in Texas, just say, really? Have you looked at the size of UK gallons recently? You can also call them imperial gallons. That's another favourite thing to say. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's go ahead and do this. I think I might have to return to Blighty, to the UK. Let me see, I'm in Roscoff. What do we have going to the UK? I'm going to try an external contract. So Must be something going to the UK. Wow. Carlisle. I mean, yeah, it's 400 miles. Well, miles in the UK do also appear to be much bigger as well. Just take you ever. Birmingham, but nobody wants to go there. Oh, I see the order's different. That's why. Yeah, let's do distance. Route length. I think it's that one. Do I have shortest at the front? Nope, I did that wrong. Going to Finland would be cool, but not today. Right, so there must be a shortest trip to the UK. Southampton. That's extremely, well, that's not bad actually, 100 yeah, let's go ahead and do that, but it's going to be a night stop. Yep, alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and record those details. So Detroit Diesel Series 60, it's an 11 litre. I went with the small one, and this is a 330 horsepower version. So it's, to be all European on you, it is 1695 pounds-foot, or no, 1695 newton meters of torque, which I think is 1250 pounds-foot. That sounds about right. We'll go to Swansea. That might be an easier drive, but it's a much heavier cargo, as is the trip to Birmingham. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the olive oil. Okay. It's been a long time since I've driven in the UK, either in the game or for real. Right, let's make like a tree and get out of here. I think I need to adjust my steering wheel though. Maybe my whole driving position. Let's go ahead and do that. Really bad what we're doing here, but in terms of how we're doing this, we should probably stop first, but it'll be fine. I don't really need to see that much else on the instruments. Got my engine temperature, my oil pressure. What's that down there? What's the bolts? Yeah, I don't need to see that. That's fine. It'll tell me if there's a problem, right? That's not how I am in real life, but for the purposes of what we're doing today, I think that should be perfect. Okay, or more perfect.
Turn right.
Tweaked a little bit my physics settings and tried to match ATS. See how well this works. Oh, it's been a while.
Keep right.
My steering may be a little sensitive, and the mirror is not the most effective.
Turn right.
See, the engine brake works. Yep, it works.
Get ready to turn right.
Yes, Doug.
Turn
Ooh,
right.
I like boats. Okay, well, I've got some refinement to do on the controls, but here I am driving in Europe for the first time in what feels like 6 months. 6 months in the game. Let's see, where's my cargo?
It's all over now.
Might be needing some of the extra sound stuff, but you know what, for the time being this is just perfect. Right, let's remember to map that keyboard control. Seem an awful low trailer. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's quite where it should be. I mean, hopefully I haven't turned on advanced coupling. I think I have. Okay, I gotta go and fix that because it won't let me connect unless I do this. Sometimes the mod trucks just don't work with advanced coupling. So that's just a very quick tweak to do, if I can remember where they put it. As everything's moved, yeah, there we go. Let's turn that off. Okay, I think that's where I want to be. Go back here. Right, let's try that again. Just make sure that that works. Yeah, there we go.
Get on with it.
So I do tend to prefer advanced coupling. It's a little bit more immersive, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much about that. Oh, I like the horn though. Okay, anyway, let's not get distracted too much. So I gotta get me a boat or a ferry, and yep, we need a bit more torque, but there we go. Using a stock Mac 10-speed transmission. It's the 10-speed overdrive that comes with the mod, I believe. Certainly in ATS.
Get ready to
387 final drive. And so
left.
55 or sort of 90 kilometers per hour. It's going to be about 1400 revs. Once we get up to that speed, of course. Oh yeah, I
Get
gotta.
ready to turn right.
Oh, it's done it for me. So I've got to convert
Turn right.
the speed limits from kilometers per hour to miles per hour, which is something that I've had to do, like, for real in the past. And you can't turn right on a red, David, so don't even think about it. I mean, I did think about it, but I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, it's so nice to be back in a Mac. So nice to be back in a Mac in
Keep right.
La Belle France.
Turn right.
Sacre bleu. 30 kilometers per hour. What is this? This is about 20 miles per hour, I believe. We'll find out. Saying still 31, so okay. Choose a lane, any lane. We'll go with 3. We like 3. But I don't think I need 3. I think 3 is blocked, so we'll go with 2. I was going to say something objectionable to that Frenchman there, but that would be just not pleasant of me. Okay, come on, get the windows up. Right, here's me boat, which is a weird throwback to another video. Oh, the roll-on, roll-off ferries. Absolutely no fear of danger of anything going on here whatsoever, right? I probably want to be extra slow. And where are all the cars? Oh, oh yes, the UK. That's right. No one's going to the UK anymore because, well, because they're not going to the UK. I don't really want to upset anyone by any speculation or theory as to why no one's going to the UK, but let's go ahead and hit that button and take me to Plymouth. 7 hours. I wonder if we get a break for this. I doubt it, but
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
let's find out.
Recomputing.
It did. Okay. It's kind of dumped me right off. Wow. Okay. I guess I'm not on the ferry, but probably had enough of me by now. Right, drive on the left. So, right turn driving on the left is like a left turn in America or most of, well, all of Europe, because the UK is not part of Europe. So, I'm going to drive on the left side. You may hear me reminding myself of that. Drive on the left, drive on the left. Oh, this is going to be a challenge. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Okay, Okay, so it's giving me my speed on the little onboard computer in the middle of the windshield, which is fine. Windscreen, because we're now back in the UK. But I don't really need it, because I've got my instruments down below.
Ready to turn left.
I'd rather not be looking at it, but unfortunately I need to
Turn left.
drive on the left. Links firing. I remember that. It's interesting. Okay, so I got a configuration issue there. When I hold down my shoulder button to turn off the indicator, it automatically upshifts for me. Oh, I missed roundabouts. UK stuff. Oh, hey, I never did that in a Renault Clio. Now, the reason why is I never would own a Renault Clio, but certainly did that in every other car I owned. Okay, that's actually a configuration that's going to be a pain. Okay, I will have to take a look. Wonder if it's the priority of the commands we've got there. Because if I go ahead and signal left, it automatically upshifts for me, which I don't need. Oh, we'll worry about that later. I don't know if this is a one-way street or not, so I guess it is.
Get ready to turn right.
Now, it's been a long time since I've been back in ETS in the UK,
Turn right.
and the UK's never looked so good. They might have to make it a bit sort of, I don't know, it's very sharp. Okay, so okay, this is a little weird because I need to be in the left side. Seriously? Ah, you Christ. Well done, you've inconvenienced everyone. And that's proof that when the Vikings first came over to the UK to settle, they... Yeah, let's not continue that line of conversation there, David. You're going to upset people.
And then turn left.
Alright, so I want to indicate left. If I... Yeah, I use the indicator and it upshifts. Oh well. That's going to be a pain. Maybe I'll just pretend I'm British and not indicate left. That could be fun. So, that neatly segues into why I've not been playing ETS for a good few months. And according to Steam, I have... oh yes, the obsession with speed limits. Whoa. Average speed limits now. I have 600 hours in the game, according to Steam, which is great. But what that doesn't say is what feels like 300 of those are reconfiguring the controller, and 300 are actually driving. Now, I'm being dramatic, but the controller configuration, I have a custom setup, and I'm not alone in that regard. And I've tried the SCS setup, both the original one and the one that they introduced with 1.51. And I get it, you know, you use the shoulder and you can use different buttons, but the commands that they've mapped are not commands that I particularly use. In fact, very rarely do I use those commands. I don't even remember what they are. Now, signaling left and right, yes, I do use the indicator left and right. But the retarder strength I rarely use. I don't need to mess around with my my collision avoidance stuff on the move. I set that in the beginning in the menu, or I'll stop and set that. So I don't need to have those mapped to the sort of hold down the left shoulder and tap buttons, and that's just like, I don't need that. What I do want my cruise control settings, which I use my there's a D-pad, it's called up, down, left, right, buttons on the controller. Great, I use that. Okay, the speed limit's gone up to 60 miles an hour. So I use that that feature quite a lot. I like the engine brake toggle, that's on the other side, that's my triangle. I've got a dual shock controller. I control the map, so for instance if I want to look at change my map zoom, like so, I can do that. I can double tap to bring up the onboard route advisor, like so. I've got a setting that resets my view, so if I'm looking to the side, I push the square right back to the center. So I've got a lot of controls that are just, I've gotten used to over 4 years. So when they introduce new settings, I got to remap everything. And that's okay. And you can save controller input settings, and the Steam input comes a long way into making DualShock use on the PC very, very useful. But it's not perfect, and it doesn't tell you why it doesn't work. So when version 1.51 of American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 was released, I knew I'd have to reset those controllers, but the game teased me, both of the games teased me, by showing me that, oh, well, you can load previously saved configuration. Yeah, but it wasn't working, and it didn't tell me why. It would show it was working, but it really wasn't. So then got to remap everything, and it should be a smooth process, and most of the time it is, but occasionally there are little quirks. So right, as I've already seen, experienced, when I want to indicate left, I'm getting an upshift and an indicate left, but when I want to indicate right, I'm not having a downshift. So this is something I've got to change. I don't know quite what I did. I guess it wasn't obvious, or I wouldn't have done it, maybe. See if my engine brake works. Well, actually, no, I don't need to right now. So my cruise is set to be 60 miles an hour, but I'm only doing 56. Oh, I know why. It's because I'm limited. Yeah, there's a speed limiter, I think.
Keep left.
Yep, my engine brake's certainly mapped fine. I wonder why it's still letting me set it at 660 then. Oh well. Not going to worry about that. Check that my keyboard over engine brake strengths. Yeah. Okay. That works as well. Alright, so again, I cancel the indicator and it changes up, so okay. I'm also in the wrong lane. I need to be in the other lane. Oh wait, no, I'm actually in the right lane. Well, I'm in the left lane, I'm in the correct lane for going slower than everyone else. Okay, it's not confusing at all. Shut up. Right, let's try resume. Yep, resume works great. Okay, it looks like it will let me set to be 60 miles an hour, so am I reaching the governor then? I don't know. I think I'm just going to use the keyboard to indicate left, because it's getting annoying. Okay, let me see. So my speed reported and all three speedometers is the same, so let's see if it will reach 60 miles an hour. It's a hill, that's why it's say it's dying, but it's a hill, so. Wow. That's me being way too aggressive, I think. With the steering, that little chirrup was me landing back on all of my axles. Okay, I am speeding now. Oh, bollocks.